kids, Miss Kulkarni here. In this video, let's talk about some commonly used terms in medicinal chemistry. So let's begin now. Here is the first one, side effects. And on and off, medicines do result in some side effects. So how do we exactly define that? Side effects are always undesired and they are unintended. We don't want those side effects to occur actually with the medicine. So, whenever we see these undesired, unintended effects on human body, we call those as side effects. The question is, why do we see these side effects? That's because the drugs are chemical compounds and they can interfere with the biological processes. Now, most of the time they are non-beneficial, but sometimes they can be harmful and even dangerous to our health. Now, can you think about some side effects due to common medicines? Yes, here it is. Aspirin can cause some bleeding in stomach and intestine. So that's gastrointestinal bleeding. And there is a simple medicine, paracetamol, and if we have the overdose of the medicine, that can actually cause kidney or liver damage. So side effects can be minor and they can be always extremely dangerous. Moving on, next one is placebo effect. When we talk about the clinical trials, this is what is done. Human subjects are separated into two groups. One of the group will be receiving actual drug which is under the study, and the other group gets a placebo which is not the drug at all. Neither the researchers nor the patients, they know who got the real medicine and who got the placebo. So how does it help us? Because of that, we can actually compare the study and we can do correct interpretation. So the decision which is made is always a conscious decision whether the medicine is really working or not. Now, the next one is a big one, toxicity. And every medicine, before it comes to market, it has to go through toxicity studies. There are new terms in this. There is lethal dose, or which is called as LD50. So what is LD50? This is the concentration of the drug which can actually killing 50% of the animals in test sample. So, which is not the good thing. And lower the LD50, the more toxic is the drug. Then the next one is effective dose, or it's called ED50. So it is the concentration of the drug which can bring a desirable effect in 50% of the test sample. So which is good. Now we want to have the drug sample, the dosage as low as possible. That means the lower the value of ED50, more effective is the drug. Now the third one here is actually checking any toxic effects due to the drug. So this is the amount of drug that causes toxicity among 50% of the patients. Now using these values, we can also determine something which is called as therapeutic index. Now this is different in animals and in human. So in animals, it is the ratio of LD50 to ED50. And in humans, it is the ratio of TD50 to ED50. The main purpose of therapeutic index is it will compare the effectiveness of the drug versus how safe is the drug. One thing to remember, greater the therapeutic index, safer is the drug. Alright, the next one is tolerance. And this is pretty common. When doctor prescribes a drug and a patient is taking the drug regularly, it may actually reduce the positive response which we get by the medicine, and patient will need to take progressively more higher and higher doses of the same medicines. That's called tolerance. So what is the impact of tolerance? This could lead to a dosage level which could be dangerously high, and that's why it could be toxic. Also, there are times when the dose will be so high that the patient will not be able to take the drug, and then the patient will be forced to take another new drug. There are some families of drugs which will always lead to tolerance. Some examples are opiates, which include morphine or codeine, and then also some narcotics like heroin. And here is one more term: drug addiction. Drug addiction is different than tolerance. So, what is it? It is the physiological and also psychological dependence of a particular drug. And then what happens? The patient gets a compulsive desire to take the drug, irrespective of the well being of the patient. So, in fact, the person may not have any health condition, but person will feel compelled to take these drugs. That's called drug addiction. What are the main health problems caused due to drug addiction? One of them is, of course, it will result into mental and also behavioral issues because of the drug use. If drug addiction is combined with drug tolerance, it could be disaster, and it could lead to a drug dosage which will be pretty high to the toxic levels. It may also lead irreversible physiological changes, including brain damage sometimes, or even death. Now keep in mind, we only discuss the drug addiction problems related to health issues, but they can have a bigger impact on someone's personal and social life. So, alright then, I guess you learned a new vocabulary for medicinal chemistry. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you again in next video. Until then, bye bye.